After averaging 3 points a game his junior season, James Lake has already had a breakout 2013 season. Bryant Johnson with the Adams State senior forward out of Fairfield, California. Before we break down this weekend, back-to-back game-winning situations, what do you do when you're halfway between the Bay and Sacramento? What allegiances do you have coming out of Fairfield? Are you more of a Bay Area guy?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised in the Bay Area. I come from the Bay Area, played in the Bay Area all my life. Like, it's nothing like it, you know what I'm saying?
So if we do name association, LA hoops versus Bay Area hoops, who's got the edge?
Bay Area hoops, of course, man. Like, I think we just more talented, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of superstars down there, though, you know what I mean?
They can't make their free throws down there, though.
Nah, they can't. Not like Bay Area can, you know what I'm saying? Proves that, you know what I'm saying? But
So break down your summer for us because, okay, you and Shahid and Trev Abram, you guys have a large contingency of Bay Area guys. Marcus Thompson, growing up in Sacramento. So when you're going out to hoop, what part of the city are you going in, and what's the level of competition like?
oh man, you can hoop everywhere from SAC to the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Like in SAC, everybody knows like 24. Any 24 you go to in SAC, you know it's always somebody hooping at some time. And it's like the same in Oakland, you know what I'm saying, or anywhere in the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying. Everywhere you go is somebody hooping.
So you go to 24-hour fitness just at any point of the day. And then, last year when you came into Adams, you had a strong September again, and there's a lot of opportunity to show flashes in open gym. But then when the season came around, you have veterans at positions that matched up perfectly with you. So it was really hard to get minutes. You've taken advantage of the playing time this year. And what did you add to your game this summer in the Bay to make this jump?
Basically just I didn't really need to change much. I just really needed to get in better shape. And for me, I took last year as a learning experience because, we did have veteran guys or two veteran guys at my position, you know what I'm saying, and they were talented, you know what I'm saying. And I just took it as like, all right, I'm going to just learn the system. I'm going to just work my body, get into shape, and get ready for this year. And that's basically what I took, like, the whole summer, like, just focusing on getting in better shape, getting better attacking. Like, you have the mentality nobody's going to stop you. And if you work like that, you know what I'm saying, you play like that.
Well, and you've been able to add, the post-game Russell Westbrook look going with the wafers. So is that an important GQ addition to the basketball game now that you're getting post-game interviews?
Nah, I'm just, I like to look flashy sometimes, but, proper at that.
Proper and dignified. Well, hey, remember when David Stern implemented the fashion rule about 4 or 5 years ago in the NBA, maybe even a little longer, and they were saying, oh, it's going at AI who's wearing like name brand jumpsuits for post game interviews. When you look at Durant and Kobe, and they do have like a GQ style. What's happened with basketball in the last few years where you see guys really? I mean, Jeremy Lin was on the last GQ magazine. So, I mean, what are you sensing, especially with Westbrook working the glasses?
Man, I didn't even see that, but I don't really think it's like much of a big deal. It's just their style. It's like what they like to wear outside of basketball. So you can't really judge a person on what he wears because they're still going to come on to the court and bring everything they have and play basketball like they're supposed to.
That's what you've been doing this year when we're chatting with James Lake, who had a great moment at the end of the UCCS game because you're dealing with Derek White, who is going to be a major factor in the RMAC for the next 4 years. He's a freshman, but in that moment, senior versus freshman, down by one, coaches are screaming, get to the cup, get to the rack, crowd's on their feet. He leans back, and then you do what to take advantage of kind of a freshman mistake?
He played back, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to drive, so I just kind of act like I was about to shoot it. And when I shoot it, everybody knows if you leave your feet, it's going to be a foul. You know what I'm saying? He left his feet, and he came, like, on me. So I just waited till he was on his way down, bumped it with the little shoulder, and tried to shoot it, but got the foul. So.
And then you come and you don't even touch the rim on 3 free throws. You just net all 3 of them. You got to the line a lot. You're 6 for your first 12, started 1 for your first 5, but you made them when they counted. In that situation, you've never really been there before with Adams until this weekend. Why did you succeed?
Just the focus and the willing to win. Like, I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to go there and make it a close game. Then we come out with the loss. I wanted to just go in, concentrate, knock my free throws down, and get out.
It was a big win, and here we are, approaching Christmas and this break and this season where it'll be a defining one for your college basketball career. When you go the JC 4-year route to programs that you've never heard of, but you just want to keep playing and you trust the coach and you trust the system, how much does a senior season like this mean?
Well, it means everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to get this opportunity back. And I trust Coach Wilson with everything because from what I came from last year, it was just like, man, he just kept saying, trust me, trust me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to trust you. And this season, like, it's showing, like, the trust,
You're getting the education and the athletic aspect of it, which 2 years ago probably seemed like an unforeseen part of your life. Give us an idea of where you were 2 years ago and not really looking at going back to a 4-year school and how you've made this transition and have succeeded so much.
Basically 2 years. I just remember sitting at Delta like, man, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not finna do nothing with my life. Everybody's finna be like, man, I told you, like, he wasn't finna do this and all that. And it was just like, man, when I got that call from Coach Wilson, he was like, man, we're going to work with you and get you out here. And once I was out here, I was like, man, I ain't going back. So it was good.
It's quite the ride, and it'll, of course, continue for 12 more weeks. Crazy to look at the schedule, just 2 of 22 in, and they were 2 of the most agonizing, emotional games. When you were on that bus coming back from Springs, did you just have to lean back and not move for 3.5 hours?
Man, I went to sleep. I got me a pillow and a blanket, and I curled up against the window. I was just like, man, I'm tired. Like, but
how does your body feel? Because you play like a football player. We had Justin Kaufman, and you play like Ed Reed. You play like a safety, just trying to go in there and take everybody out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. It's when I'm big, I'm strong, I'm good with the ball, and I can get to the cup. And everybody tells me just attack the rim, so that's what I want to do.
And the J has come late. You've hit 2 deep left wing threes. One that Coach Wilson didn't like, the last one, but before that miss, you'd hit 2 big ones. Struggling early from beyond the arc. Do you feel like that's the next step? Attack early in games, draw fouls, get to the line, and then work the perimeter game into play.
Yeah, that's basically what he said to do. He said, if your shot's not falling, you know what I'm saying, attack the rim. And when you attack the rim, they usually sag off. But for me, it's like, I'm going to shoot 2. If I don't hit them 2, like, I'm just going to the cup. Like, it's no more. Really.
That's the rule? Because, I mean, you were 0 for 5 at halftime against Pueblo. Doesn't that feel like an eternity ago? With the second half, you had scoring 17 in regulation and in overtime, and then scoring 20 after only playing in 7 minutes in the first half due to foul trouble, to put together back-to-back halves plus overtime after having a miserable first half. I mean, it could have gone one of 2 ways. Why did you take advantage of the opportunity?
Just because I had to. I'm a senior, and Coach is saying, like, this is a senior's year, like, so I had to be a leader and do it for my team.
All right, James. Well, we're glad you had a few minutes to chat with us. We'll, of course, get to see plenty more of Mr. Lake throughout the season.
Thank you. Hey, Mama, I love you. Howie, Frankie, Steven. You know what I'm saying?
What does Mom do if you don't? Because that's 3 post games we've been able to sneak in. What would happen if I were to forget or you were? What would happen to you and I from Mama Lake?
Oh, man, I don't even want to just go into that. Just know, Mama, I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Mama, I love you too because I'm involved as well, so let's just not get anybody in trouble. This is KSPK's Grizzly Connect. My name is Bryant Johnson.